Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I would do a video that I've seen done by Jenna, Moreci, Kim Chance, and probably a million life coaches out there. You know, I used to plan my goals monthly, but I found that, you know, a month is really only 4 weeks, and when you can really only work on the weekends, that's 4 weekends, and so it just can get a little bit frazzling to try and get everything you want to get done in that month with that short time period. So for that reason, I've decided to adopt quarterly writing goals. I thought in the beginning that they were a little bit too big of a range. I thought I wouldn't be as focused as I need to be, but monthly just was a little too short, and so I'm excited to try quarterly for the first time. And I know I have a lot of videos talking about goals. I've got my This is 25 goals for my 25th year of life. I've got my, 2018 resolutions, and now I've got a new set of goals. But I like to break it down, and I find when I break down my life into more compartmentalized aspects, I get more done because I can kind of get into writing zone, I can get into, fitness zone, and I know what my specific goals for that category are. So that is why I am doing a whole other set of goals, my writing goals, hence this video. So since it is winter and since it is 2018, here are my winter quarterly writing goals for 2018. In no particular order of importance. Writing every day is something I have slipped horribly out of the habit of since NaNoWriMo, and it is something that is the most important thing to me. That's why I have this channel. That's why I working the job I am. It's what I want most out of life, is to be an author, and other than, have a family, have kids, blah, blah, blah. But it's what I want out of my own personal career life. So I just want to get into the habit of writing something every day. I'm not going to set a word count requirement, at least not right now, just because there is so much going on in my life right now, and I have a tendency to disappoint myself. That sounds so sad, but I always do best, I find, when I just set the goal to write every day, because when you sit down to write, you have this tendency to kind of keep going. And so even if my goal is to just write something, I often find myself, having a 1,000 or 2,000 word day anyway. And this way I don't feel the pressure though. Like if I'm not feeling that inspired, I'm not gonna be like, well, I just don't think I can write 2,000 words right now. Instead I'm gonna be like, all I have to do is write one word. That's it. I can definitely do that. And once you start doing it, it's easier to continue. So that is why my goal is to just write something every day. My second goal is to finish rewriting chapters 1, 2, and 3. I've talked about it many times before, but if you're new or if you didn't watch those videos, my first 3 chapters of my current project are written in a different point of view. I decided to switch point of views for the 4th chapter, so I have to go back and rewrite them, and also I decided to change some other things, so they just need to be rewritten. They were written, the first one was written like 2 years ago. It's not so good, and it's the first chapter. It needs to be good, so those need work. Goal number 3 is to complete my character profiles. This is an issue I had that I noticed in my first read through. Some of my characters seemed pretty two-dimensional, pretty stereotypical. It's hard as an author to admit that, because that's like my biggest criticism with some books is like, oh my god, this character does not seem real. And I did it with some of my smaller characters, and so I admit that of myself, and I have to go back and just make them real, in my mind, have conversations with them, put them in situations that I know is not going to be in the book, but that I can figure out how they would react to. So that's something that's really important to me, and I'm going to do that. Every single character that's mentioned in the book is going to get an in-depth character profile, and it's also going to be used as a stalling technique when I don't feel like writing. Goal number, I didn't really number these, so I'm kind of, I think I'm on number 4? I think so. So goal number 4 is to do a thorough reread, so my second read through, while editing. So my first read through, I did no editing. If something really bothered me, I might have circled it. I printed out my book, by the way, because I just wanted to edit on paper. But I didn't take any notes. I wanted to just sit there and read it all the way through objectively, as if I was, an outside reader. But it was so hard because I did that right after I wrote it, and so it was really hard to be objective. It was hard to like forget what I had written and what was coming next. And so it's now been, I finished it at the beginning of October. It's been over 3 months. So I think that, you know, I'll do a better job this read through, and I'll also take notes while I do it. Goal number 5, I think. Feel free to comment below if I'm wrong. Is to read 2 books about writing. I have taken just 1 fiction writing class. I've taken a lot of nonfiction writing classes, having gone to school for journalism, which is great for like technique and all that stuff. Like that stuff goes back and forth, but I really want to take more books that are marketed, or sorry, that are focused on writing fiction, and more importantly, my genre. And I have actually 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 4 or 5 books about writing, so I have them. I'm halfway through, okay, I just said books about fiction, but I have halfway through my nonfiction book on writing well. So my goal is to finish that like this month, because I've been reading it for so long, and just, it's good. I mean, it's definitely useful, but just there are some chapters that have nothing to do with what I'm doing, so it's hard to work through it. And I'm not someone that can just jump around, like I have to read the whole thing through, so it's hard to get through. But anyway, yes, I want to read 2 books about writing so I can improve my technique from an objective standpoint. And on piggybacking on that, my last goal is to listen to On Writing Well, read by, not On Writing Well, oh my god, that's On Writing Well. I want to listen to On Writing by Stephen King. He reads his own audiobook. I've heard it's great. I've read his book, paperback book, 1,000 times. Okay, I've read it like 3 or 4 times. But I love audiobooks and I love Stephen King, so why not listen to one of my favorite Stephen King books on the audiobook read by Stephen King? I think I'd get a lot out of it, and it'll just be a good way to pass the time on the tea. I'm in Boston. And I've been wanting to reread it anyway, because whenever I read that book, I just get so inspired to do my own writing, and I think that will definitely help kickstart this winter. That's it. Gonna keep today's video actually short. Oh, Mona. The things we do. She talks to me. No, she's great. If you ever have a question, just talk to Mona. She knows things. Can't you tell? Look at her eyes. She knows things. So those are my quarterly, blah, this is a mouthful. Those are my winter quarterly writing goals. What are yours? Or do you do just yearly, monthly, weekly? It's gonna go good. If you are curious, my plan for just the rest of January, I would love to just finish rewriting chapter 1. I'm halfway done. So really I could do it in like 1 night, because I'm just rewriting it. So I'm just like changing up some things. But yeah, I just haven't done it. I haven't done it. Story of my life. I don't think anyone would read a memoir about my life. Oh, Mona. That's a good one. Alright, I will see you guys on... I always have to think. Okay, this one's going up Saturday. Yes. I will see you guys on Monday then. Have a wonderful weekend. Do nothing. Do things if you want. I'm a fan of doing nothing. And I'm actually going to be in Vermont this weekend. So when I'm uploading this, that's where I am. Be jealous. I'll try and do some Instagram pictures because it's going to be beautiful. We're going to celebrate my, one of my best friends just got her master's degree in December. Congratulations, Jessica. So it's her graduation party. So everyone say congrats to Jessica. She's a teacher, so she deserves extra applause, extra congrats. She did full-time teaching while getting her master's degree. Who does that? Who does that? Good job, Jessica. Yay! Okay, bye guys, see you Monday. Also, just wanted to say thank you so much to Zach who got me this shirt. I love